What's happening, everybody? Wildcard weekend, Sunday night. This is the showdown game that we have been waiting for all weekend. Got potentially another good one on Monday night, but this is the one that we're really looking forward to. We've got Lions hosting the Rams. Two teams. Looks like everybody's going to be healthy. Laporta practicing. Apparently did not tear his ACL, which is good news. I don't know how exactly effective he's going to be, but he's practicing, and he seems like he's going to be good to go. Now, getting into the players, we have, as of today, this is Friday evening, we have some very concentrated ownership around a few guys, especially in the captain spot. Amon-Ra St. Brown, for very good reason, is coming in at about 25% captain. I don't think that's high enough. Okay? I think he should, once the optimals come out, but I believe that he will show up in the captain spot a heck of a lot more than about 25% of the time. Okay? I think both quarterbacks are actually very viable in this spot. Kyren Williams getting 15%. He probably isn't getting enough in that spot. The one guy, and I love the Puka story, Cooper Kupp. Cheaper than Puka Nacua. Okay? If you're looking to get weird and take down a GPP, there's no reason why Cooper Kupp can't go for 8 for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. Okay. They know Detroit, these are two pretty good teams. I think it's going to definitely go over the 51 total. But look, we can't ignore the fact that, we know who Cooper Kupp is. Has he had the explosive plays so far this year? No, of course not. Right? Does that mean he's going to continue to not have them? No, of course not. Right? If you're just assuming that, I think it's a massive mistake. A massive mistake. Okay? I think that it's very, very. I think it would be a very bad assumption to just assume that Cooper Kupp's not going to do anything in this game. Now, could he not have the type of game that I'm thinking he might have? No, but that's why we build multiple different lineups. I think you have to get at least one lineup with Cooper Kupp as the captain, because under 10% captain ownership, it's just not enough. 25% flex ownership, not enough, guys. It's pretty crazy, right? When we start looking at, Demarcus Robinson getting 32. Demarcus Robinson is almost carrying the same captain ownership as Cooper Kupp, right? I get it for different reasons. Totally understand that. Different reasons. There's a price savings there. He's been absolutely involved in the offense. I get that, right? One of those things. Definitely think both kickers are firmly in play here. They're not the best. Maher is probably my preferred option. He's $200 cheaper, so he just might make lineups work that much better. Tyler Higbee, I think, is another interesting option at 4,000. He's got the questionable tag. I believe he is going to be ready to go for this one, so I wouldn't worry about that one too much. Let's take a look at the lineups that are being popped out here, and some of the ones that are going to be, carrying the highest, total ownership. Looks like here we've got, St. Brown, the captain, Montgomery, Mitchell, Williams, Goff, and then Kyren Williams. Kyren Williams, it looks like they just want a GM everywhere, right? Demarcus Robinson, and look, guys, look at how often St. Brown's coming up as the optimal captain. That's way more than 25%. When you scroll through all of these, way more than 25%. So just keep that in mind, okay? Just it's really something to keep in mind. I think this lineup right here is probably pretty interesting with Montgomery, Maher, Kupp, Robinson, Stafford, and Nacua. You're essentially just doing Montgomery to jam all those players in there. I might prefer in this one to put DeMarcus Robinson in the captain and then try and upgrade this Montgomery spot to somebody a little bit higher. Puka captain. It's an interesting build for sure. So, look, there's some interesting builds in here. The sim total average, right around the highest one I'm seeing is about 104, 105. So you got to think if this kind of goes nuts and starts scoring a lot, you're probably going to need 120, 130 to take down a GPP, maybe more. But, Kyron Williams and St. Brown are definitely the two most popular options per the sim for this. Now, I don't think it's a problem to roster a quarterback at the captain spot. I think in particular, Goff might be the better option there because he does run a little bit. It's just an interesting option. Jahmyr Gibbs, 8,800. I know he's in a timeshare. Again, he's just an explosive player. I think you got to find a way to get him in the captain. He's expensive though, so that's why his ownership is kind of reflecting that, right? James Mitchell, if he's showing up right now in basically all the optimals, and you probably need to play him. He makes it really easy to make some of these lineups if Laporta isn't going to play. Okay. But it sounds like Laporta is probably going to play based on everything that I was looking at. Tutu Atwell, I think if you're looking for a cheap flyer, 3,400 isn't super cheap, but it's cheap enough, and he is involved in the game. But, make no mistake about it. DeMarcus Robinson, I believe at the flex position, is far too under-owned. I think he should probably be closer to be like 42 to 48%. I don't know about captaining DeMarcus Robinson, but I think for me, he's going to be a priority to get in as many flex spot lineups as I possibly can. Okay. So again, St. Brown is obviously, there. Jameson Williams, I think, is an interesting option for a larger field GPP to play at the captain spot. Will give you a little bit of a savings. Khalif Raymond as well. Josh Reynolds revenge game narrative with Goff. The Josh Reynolds revenge game narrative. I don't know. Could be interesting. He's not super involved, but he's not owned whatsoever. So it's somebody you could definitely get to. If Higbee is healthy and Higbee starts, I'm definitely interested in playing some Tyler Higbee. And I think that you could even get some salary savings by playing him at the captain spot. And then you can basically just get kind of whoever, right? So let's just try that and see what we kind of get, right? So let's clear this one that we were looking at. So let's go Higbee at captain, and then let's go St. Brown, and let's say Kyron Williams and Matt Stafford. We still have 6,500 per player left, right? So here's where I like, plugging in a Cup in that lineup. And then you can get Tutu Atwell. Khalif Raymond looks like has since been ruled out. So that's very interesting. Jameson Williams does not have an injury designation. So it's going to be Josh. You know what? Who really kind of will open everything up here for us if we do this is going to be Donovan Peoples-Jones. I think he's most likely to step into that role. So let's put St. Brown at the captain, and then let's go Peoples-Jones for 800. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. I mean, there's a lot of different things you could get weird with. James Mitchell's out. So can't play him. So starting tight end Sam Laporta need practice without limitations on Friday. So there's that's good. If not, it's going to be Brock Wright at 2,000. So, just kind of monitor that. I'm not going to build any lineups yet. Give us a follow on X at JJ McIntosh, and I'll kind of, I'll post some updates on leverage throughout the weekend as well. And if you guys have any questions, hit us up. We appreciate you guys. This is going to be a fantastic. I think that, I think the ideal build here is probably going to be a 4-2 some way, whoever ends up being on top. But yeah, no Khalif Raymond. James Mitchell's out. So it looks like Donovan Peoples-Jones ends up being one of our cheap options at 800. Not quite the dead man, but pretty much there. But it does look like Sam Laporta is going to play. Practiced today, Friday, without any limitations. He should be good to go. Guys, good luck this weekend and have a fantastic wildcard weekend. Enjoy yourselves.